Hey guys, what's going on? We got another Elemental Shaman PvP video. In this one we are doing 2v2, and if you can't tell, I am doing a very weird build for the first half of this video, and then we'll move on to regular Elemental. Basically, I just wanted to do some memes and have fun with one-shot macro type of crap with Elemental. And basically, all you have to do for this one, in I've modified it slightly in between the videos, but the version I just showed you was the version that I felt worked the best. But anyways, the goal of this one is to basically Primordial Wave, hardcast a Lava Burst, and then pop Ascendance right after and hope you one-shot him. And as you'll see right there, and he's gone. That's essentially all I'm freaking banking for, and it's actually hilarious. Every time we got a kill, now we rarely won, but it took us like 13 matches and we got like 5 wins. It was not very good. We don't often play Mage Ellie, so we definitely struggled, but it was definitely hilarious when I got the shot off. But yeah, basically this takes Volcanic Surge and you use Sky Fury, although I didn't have Sky Fury down that time, and then you pop Ascendance, and then you're just smashing Lava Burst as much as possible, right? So as you'll see here, I kind of lure him over. He pops Reflect very early, so I go ahead and get prepped a little bit, get a Flame Shock on him. The Priest is over there. The Warrior's LOSing his Priest, which is a huge mistake on his part. I go ahead, get Primordial Wave up, pop my Walk, Ascendance, blast him down. So basically, I take Spirit Walker's Grace or whatever that gives you free casting because I have to make sure I get off that Lava Burst, right? So here it is again. We drop Sky Fury, we go for the cast, and we blast them. And as you can see, although they made a huge mistake, he lasted forever at like 10%. They could have used a lot there. But as you can see, it's very difficult to react to that. We got a lot of people down to like 5-10%, but just didn't have that final hit to finish them off before, you know, turtle or any life-saving system that got kicked in. So here I don't use it early because he got a lot of dispels, so I just go ahead and keep regular, and then there's the magic bop. So I was like, okay, well, I can't do anything absolutely, so I'm just going to go ahead and heal Shook. You know, might as well, because there's nothing else I can do. Just waiting for Primordial Wave to come back off. I go ahead and keep healing Shook. He goes ahead and ice blocks here in a second just to, you know, stay alive, get a bit of health back. And we're kind of just stalling out for my Primordial Wave to get off cooldown. And here he pulls up. He uses his Trinket, or Every Man for Himself, I think it was. And here comes Primordial Wave. It's coming off a cooldown. The Priest is used. There's this dispel, so I'm like, okay, this is perfect time. Drop Sky Fury, Primordial Wave, start casting, and explosion. And he's gone. So it is amazing. These lava bursts hit for anywhere from 150 to 160k each, and I looked at it, and I'm hitting about 9 lava bursts within those 2 casts, just because my mastery is so high. And with Primordial Wave, you know, you get that kind of guaranteed hit. So we'll have it here again, and this is the true build that I just showed you, and you'll see why I suggest it, because you just get that, you get 40% haste while in Ascendance. Here we go, Sky Fury, and Explosion, and I'm just going to sit there smashing all the lava bursts, and you can just see so much damage just going into him. Although I think he misplaced pain suppression, but still, you can just see how much damage it was doing. It was just crazy. But anyways, here are the regular Elemental Shaman. It was a lot of fun, but it was definitely frustrating. So we just got our frustrations out by doing regular Ellie games, and it's just night and day, as you can see. I grip him, so he's LOS from the healer, and we're just wailing on him, forcing the healer to run in, get a little bit of cooldowns. There's Nether Walk, and I don't have to worry about too much, so I go ahead and cast Hex, right? He's Nether Walk, he's not going to kick me. The Priest ain't gonna do anything, and I just keep running away. Forcing your healer to run away with, or forcing their healer to run at you, rather than forcing, you know, just staying still and letting them pillar sit, it's better to have them chase you, forcing your healer to move, forcing the DPS. Now, not all DPS are going to chase you like this. You know, some will back off and go back to their healer type of thing. So this was one of the matches that was one of the, we really wasn't sure if we were gonna win this, but anyways, I had to make sure I stopped all of their openers. So they got a really good opener here. So he popped Communion. I go ahead and ground the rest of Combustion because, you know, that's a lot of damage from the mage. I get a nice Ascendance proc there, but I used Ancestral Guidance because I wanted to make sure I get the maximum healing from it. There's Ice Block really early. We also get Cloak, so we're like, okay, next go. We still have defensives. We don't have any trinkets, but I do have Burrow, and we can wait. You know, so they do run. He cloaks me, which was really weird. I guess the mage wanted the mage to set up on Shook, but they didn't quite get it off. So here I just go ahead and burrow. I know they're trying to set up CC. They get a bit there, but I just burrow. No point in wasting. Here he misses his Dragon Breath, which was huge, and I get off another Primordial Wave with maximum damage. He uses Smoke Bomb where the mage just runs out of it, which was very odd. Then I jump and grab the root on the rogue. I want to make sure he can't quite get a re-stealth, but at the same time, I don't want to follow them too hard. And I don't want to push away from Shook too much. So here, Shook gets CC'd around the corner. So I was like, oh crap, this could be trouble. But they end up not being able to get too much damage. I go ahead and lasso the rogue. He has to trinket. There's the poly from the mage. Thankfully, I had grounding to stop a lot of the combustion damage. And here the rogue goes and runs away. Get his cheat death. Mage is still in line. So it's kind of a mistake for him. But yeah. It's a lot tougher to defeat mage rogues than it is to defeat a healer rogue combo. But here I was able to stop every single rogue opener. So when you're fighting a rogue, in 2s or even 3s, you want to make sure you have some sort of CC ready for when they use cooldowns. Because you saw he had Shadow Dance, and I think he also used his Shadow Blades. So I just went ahead and hexed him. You know, just stop all damage. Here he gets a kick, and I think he also gouged Shook. But he also used Shadow Step, so he didn't have one for when I knocked him. He pops Smoke Bomb here, so I just go ahead and lasso, you know, just stopping damage again. So I can't quite get away from him. I do have Jump, but I'm kind of saving it just in case. He pushes over to Shook, which was kind of weird. And we get quite a lot of damage. There's this Pain Suppression. I go ahead and hex the healer, and we're just wailing on him. There's the cloak, so I just kind of heal Shook up because he is hitting him, and I can't really hit into cloak. But here, the rogue leaves and kind of lets the priest on his own, and then he tries to get a re-stealth, so I just go ahead and root him, pull him out of the stealth, let him sit there for a minute. Also, I make sure to hit him, just because I don't want him to get a re-stealth, because he may not be in combat. But as you can see, we're just able to deny all of his openers. We're just doing a lot of damage. Shook gets a nice sleep, forcing the rogue to vanish and get away. So he goes behind the pillar, so I'm just hitting the priest. You know, there's no point in really chasing without doing any damage. The rogue kind of pushes out a little bit, so we get a bit of extra damage on him. There is the gouge, so I go ahead and lasso him just to stop any of his setup. As soon as you see a gouge or anything on your healer, you just go ahead and stop it somehow with a hex or a lasso or a static field totem. So either way, there he got a stun on Shook again, so I just went ahead and hexed him. Just stopping damage. That's all you have to do. If you can stop the rogue's go, it's simple as that. And if you're the healer, you just same thing. Resto Shaman, you just lasso or CC the rogue. It's just you just want to stop it. It's very simple. Sub rogue is very scripted, and if you can find it, it's very easy to stop it. But once they begin their go, it's very difficult to interrupt it in a sense. So you can stop it before he really starts. So there's the kidney. I have him in a static field, right? So I'm just kind of running away. I should have lassoed already, but I didn't do that. So he chases me over. Here I should lasso him right as he shadow dance, so he has to use every man for himself. And he's just taking a lot of damage, just following, and I'm just For whatever reason, the priest came in and feared me rather than fearing Shook. It was very, very odd, but the rogue left, so I just wailed on the priest. There was no reason to chase after him. But on to the last match we got here is Warrior Mistweaver. I figured this I think it's a punch monk. Very annoying to deal with, but all you have to do against them is stay out of their Fey line, and that is it. And if you don't know what the Fey line is, it's that green thing on the screen, although there's a lot of grass, but you can see kind of lines that he spews out. Just step away from them, and he can't do as much healing. His Chi-Ji, when he turns red, makes him immune to any form of slows and I believe roots, so you can't really do much other than stun him. And if he is red, you kind of just want to use a defensive and try and stay away from him as much as possible. So I go ahead and burrow here just to kind of stay alive. But here we get a lot of damage. So I force his dampen magic, which monks have a lot of defensive, so it's very difficult to sit them. But here I get a double root and just Ghost Wolf and try and get away. He ring of pieces me back, which is super annoying. But yeah, I'm just trying to get away as much as possible. Trying to spam Thunderstorm right there. And this is where I think he gets Chi-Ji again and they do another setup. But yeah, there's Chi-Ji. So I'm just trying to run away as much as possible just so he can't kick me at all, because that's where all of his healing is from. I tried to root him, but you know, Chi-Ji form doesn't let him. And here we get a huge amount of damage on the warrior. And I think Shook gets a nice big dragon breath as well. Yep, with his oppressing roar, and we just finish off the warrior. But yeah, that is it for this video. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully you don't mind seeing a bit of the meme build, and hopefully you try it out yourself because it was a lot of fun. But yeah, that is it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Laters!